Welcome to my channel. I am Madhurai. I am here with plant physiology. We are going to very first chapter of plant physiology, that is transport and plant. First of all, I would like to tell you guys that it is very important for you to understand plant physiology. It is not a very boring topic. It is one of the most diverse topic that you are preparing for your competitive exam 11 or 12. Now let's start our topic transport and plant. Plant need to move molecule over very long distance, much more than animal do. They also do not have a circulatory system as human has circulatory system. So, in a flowering plant, the substance that would need to be transported are water, minerals, organic nutrients, plant growth hormone regulator. Over small distance, substance can be moved by diffusion. So the means of transport in plants are two types: a smaller distance and to a long distance. A small distance it can be taken by diffusion and cytoplasmic streaming, and if the transport is long distance, that it can take place with the help of vascular system by xylem and phloem. And the transport type can be active transport or passive transport. Now let's see active transport. Active transport uses energy to pump molecule against a concentration gradient, and active transfer is dependent. It is dependent on energy ATP. With the help of ATP, it can be take place. And active transport it is very sensitive to temperature and inhibitor. And the passive transport it does not use ATP energy for transport of molecule, and it is not sensitive to temperature and inhibitor. And the 2 points that should be noted, that in rooted plant xylem which transfer water and mineral, it takes place unidirectional transport, that from root to stem, and the organic and mineral nutrients that are transferred they undergo multidirectional transport system. To understand some of the transport process that take place in plant, one would have to recollect basic knowledge about the structure of plant cell and anatomy of plant body that has been already described in anatomy and morphology. But in this section we have to revise plant anatomy. And plant cells are made up of cell and protoplasm. Protoplasm what it is? It is plasma membrane plus protoplasm, and protoplasm is nucleus plus cytoplasm. And the three main components that can be identified within plant cell are vacuoles, protoplasm and cell wall. And the tonoplasm is a covering of vacuole which separates vacuole and protoplasm, and the plasma lemma is a that separate protoplasm and cell wall. Now first we have to study means of transport by which processes the transport takes place in plant. Now first we study passive transport. Passive transport, diffusion, facilitated diffusion, osmosis, three are all passive transport. Now first study diffusion. Movement of the molecule of gases, liquid and solute, mainly solutes, from the region of higher concentration to lower concentration takes place in diffusion. And the diffusion pressure unit is pressure R bar. Okay. An example of diffusion is what? That the scent is smell of scent that is spread by diffusion, and if we dissolve a crystal of copper sulfate placed in a beaker containing water, a dense blue color is seen around crystal. That is example of diffusion. Diffusion pressure gradient is a gradient by which we know the rate of diffusion, that how amount of the diffusion is taking place, and tendency of different particle, ion or molecule to diffuse. Increase of concentration of diffusion particle increase the diffusion pressure. And the diffusion is a passive transport. It is a slow process as it is not dependent on living system. You have to note this point. These are very important that are asked in competitive examination. Factor affecting the rate of diffusion. First is diffusion pressure gradient. Greater the diffusion pressure gradient, it means more diffusion, and the more will the rate of diffusion. The how much the small substances, the diffusion rate is faster because it can be move very fast. And solubility is that lipid soluble substance diffuse faster through the membrane. Plasma membrane is lipid membrane which had double layer lipid membrane, so it can be transferred very easily. Temperature, if temperature increase, then diffusion also increase because temperature is directly proportional to kinetic energy, and kinetic energy equals to half mv square. And if the temperature increase, kinetic energy increase, and its velocity also increase, so diffusion pressure takes place faster. Importance of diffusion is that gases exchanged during the process of photosynthesis are transferred due to diffusion, and respiration is also a process which is taken by diffusion. The second importance is aroma of flower attract pollinating animals. If pollinated animal get the smell aroma of flower, they attract and come for pollination. And topic 6, facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion is a passive transport. Substances that have hydrophilic moiety find it difficult to pass through membrane, so their movement is to facilitated. Facilitated diffusion special protein help move substance across membrane without expenditure of ATP. Facilitated diffusion is a very specific. Facilitated diffusion takes place by the help of channels. The channels are two, porins and aquaporins. Porins are protein that form huge pores in outer membrane of plastid and mitochondria and bacteria. So from there the substance easily transport. An aquaprotein transport protein that rotate and release molecule inside the cell. Water channel is made up of 8 different type of aquaporins, and it can be polar or non-polar. Polar NaCl, non-polar amino acid. Now in facilitated diffusion, the movement of molecules takes place by passive symport and antipode. Some carrier or transport protein allow diffusion only if two type of molecule move together. As like it is symport. Symport in which both molecule, as you can see, the last one A and B molecule are moving in same direction. It is symport. And in antipode, the both molecule cross in opposite direction. And unipode, that if one molecule which is independent of any other of molecule, it is antipode. It is unipode. Significance of facilitated diffusion is the transportation of glucose in liver cell and RBC through their cell membrane. Absorption of fructose and nucleotide that take place with the help of facilitated diffusion. Channel protein can be open or closed and are gated channel. Now the third topic is osmosis. Osmosis. Plant cells have their cell wall, outer covering, then cell membrane, and have a large central vacuole called central vacuole. And the cell wall which is permeable to water. Now the question is that how we can determine the movement of molecule of cell. It can be determined by cell membrane, that how it is cell membrane, and the covering of vacuole. These are determination of movement of molecule of cell because they both are dependent on these. Diffusion of water across a differentially or semi-permeable membrane. It occurs spontaneously in response to driving force. Osmosis is done by response to driving force. Net direction depend upon both pressure gradient and concentration gradient. Water will move from region of higher chemical potential to lower chemical potential until equilibrium is reached. Type of osmosis: exoosmosis and endoosmosis. Exoosmosis, water moves out of the cell due to hypertonic solution. It is exoosmosis when water moves out of the cell, when the outer concentration is higher, hypertonic. And endoosmosis when water enters the cell due to hypotonic solution process called endoosmosis. Now we should know the solution: hypertonic, isotonic, hypotonic. Hypertonic solution is solution when osmotic concentration more than that of the cells have, means increase of external concentration when the outer concentration is more than the lower, then it is hypertonic solution. In this, cell shrinks because the water moves from low concentration to high concentration. In isotonic solution, both the concentration are similar to the cell. Hypotonic, when the concentration of outer is diluted, not concentration. In this, the solvent move inside the cell and cell swells. In this video, we have completed the topic diffusion, facilitated diffusion and osmosis. In next video, we will continue another topic.